More importantly, we've got to talk about the Guilty Gear Strive trailer coming soon to a theater near you. Did you guys see it already? If you haven't seen it, I'm sure I sound like a moron. But, man, this trailer is too funny. I can't believe it. I don't get any of it at all. Here we go. That is bullshit, Blaze. We gotta thank everybody for the big meters. The subs are appreciated. You guys are my sole source of income.
Cornerstone of the fighting game genre, with over 20 years of history and many tournaments worldwide. The Guilty Gear series.
The Guilty Gear series. This voiceover is too much. I couldn't take it. I actually stopped at this point and I checked to make sure I was watching on the Arx's channel. Legit had to click exit full screen and look to make sure this wasn't a video making fun of the game. I didn't realize this was real. And then I was like, okay.
Known all over the world for its cutting-edge 3D anime visuals and hard rock soundtrack that gets your heart pounding during intense battles. The latest all-new entry to the acclaimed series,
too funny.
Guilty Gear Strive.
Anime.
Featuring a reconstructed game design that is both sleek and intuitive due to the innovative battle mechanics.
Okay.
Crafted by digging even deeper into the complex mechanics of the prior games.
They say it's an innovative battle system that's going to dig even more into the complex mechanics of the prior games, right? So here's the thing, right? They say that. They're like, all new players can dig into the new game that's simplified by digging deeper into the mechanics. I read the reaction to the trailer on all the subreddits that it was on, and in the general subreddits, someone was like, hey, I picked up Plus R, and I think this game's pretty tough. Is Strive more difficult? The trailer says that it's digging deeper into the battle mechanics and stuff. After playing Plus R, I can't imagine playing a more complicated game. So is Strive more difficult? Because if so, I don't want to buy it. And I was like, dude, this trailer makes it sound like the game's more complicated than old Guilty Gears. Because it was the first thing I thought about. Just listen to
by digging even deeper into the complex mechanics of the prior games.
They try to be it's going to be sleek and intuitive and, new players can jump in there. But then they're like, we're going to dig even deeper into the complex stuff of the other game. You know what I mean? So it's just a little bit of a missed message there. When I heard this, I thought
characters join the initial roster. Players who want to enjoy the in-depth single-player content. Players who want to improve their skills and play against others. Players who want to take in the Guilty Gear world and story.
I don't like either of those.
Let's take a look at the modes that best suit the needs of each player. In-depth single-player content.
Can I just say, I feel like the first guy and the third person are basically the same people.
Tutorial mode. You can enjoy the back and forth between the characters while
not the most interesting single player stuff for anime. This training mode part is interesting. So this this is a tutorial or whatever, right? But then when it gets into the training mode, it shows some cool stuff.
Playing in situations you'll see in real matches.
Right, it shows you hey, you have to burst here.
Arcade mode. Follow the fully voiced story.
The tutorial in Exerd was very good. There's some fun stuff in there. And then, yeah, they say tutorial and arcade mode for people who like single player.
Survival mode. Fight one AI opponent after another. Mission mode. You can practice everything from basic fighting game techniques to GGST's unique mechanics to combos.
I think this is really cool, by the way. The mission modes teaching you hey, these are how you cancel special moves. This is how you approach. This is the kinds of knockdowns and low attacks and overheads and all that. This is cool.
Next, let's look at some modes for players who want to enjoy the heat of battle. Training mode.
So we get a lot in this training mode here, right? They show off quite a bit of the menus and quite a bit of the options available. So you can see there's training settings, all the normal stuff. You can set all the gauges and everything, whether they're whether they're blocking, whether they're random blocking, whether they're blocking everything, whether they burst, whether they YRC, whether they, stagger recover. So if they're in a stagger state, how fast or slow they stagger. Yeah, that was one of the other big ones in there too, right? Is there's a list of reversal settings. You can set them to counterattack or character specific, combo recipe display. That's pretty funny. Recording settings, position reset, gauge, etc. Right? So counterattack settings is really good because that probably is other games where you can record reversal buttons or reversal special moves. This is a good sign. The training mode looks good. I only wonder if there is frame data display, right? That's something that we don't see in any of these menus from what I've seen.
Online mode. You can enjoy smooth matches with players all over the world thanks to the optimized netcode.
Netcode.
There's even crossplay between the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5
Say
versions.
What about PC?
Online Lobby. Control an avatar to play matches and interact with.
Okay, this stage looks cooler than the regular hotel, I gotta say. They still got the
Customize
swords.
your avatar with a selection of over 300 items and colors.
God, there's a lot. You can also see they still have on the side, obviously, it's half the screen, news coming up or notifications or whatever, and like, it seems like there's stuff like some player yesterday went on a big win streak, or like there's like stuff popping up. I wonder if you can use that to watch like replays of people or other stuff on there. It'd also be really cool if this is if they had like tournament stuff there.
You can also wait for a match while in training mode.
This is great. Having to not go to the tower is obviously very nice.
There is even an option to wait for a match directly from the main menu.
Awesome.
Great for those times when you just want to get right into a match. Relax and enjoy matches in a room for you and your friends.
This is cool too. This will be how you set up lobbies, I'm sure.
Theater.
Up to 9 players. I'm guessing it's 4 matches and a spectator like Grand Blue. Customizable settings gets me excited too, because I wonder if that means you can set cabs to like first to 2 or first to 3 or just like infinite rematch or whatever it is, right?
Watch your own replays as well as those of players from all over the world.
This is the one of the coolest things. Not only can you watch your own replays, right, which is cool, but you can also watch replays of other people, and they show you the, like slowing down and skipping forward and all that kind of stuff.
Story mode. The lengthy story unfolds through stunning graphical presentation.
Characters look
with
very
no
pretty,
need to
that's
play
for
matches.
sure.
The stage is set in the USA. Our hero, Soul Bad Guy, has led an unbelievable life. What will his final choice be?
What will his
To get you even deeper into the story, the GG World mode includes a chronology
This is
of the
cool.
series
I like this
story,
part.
a glossary where you can look up
ABBA,
terms related
Viking.
to the game, and a correlation map of the relationships between the characters. Gallery mode. Enjoy the beautiful art.
This is cool as well. I like this. The ability to look through all the concept art and stuff, and I assume there'll be stuff from old games as well. And this is super cool too. Jukebox. I hope this is actually a jukebox. Look at these songs. They're all from Sign. Hopefully that means that we get music from like XX and older Guilty Gears as well, right? If there's a Korean OST in there, oh
The
shit.
game as it is
That
can
would
be
be super
enjoyed
tight.
in all these ways, but release day is far from the end. We plan to update the game long term after release, so you can enjoy GGST for a long time.
I'm sure, yeah, I saw the dates.
Coming April 9th, 2021.
Coming April something. Can I just say I hate this part? Special colors for Soul and Kai. Oh man, these are so. I hate this Kai Soul. It looks so bad to me. Okay, a couple of things about this trailer. One, they showed a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, I did see that there was new stuff with Dust. You can charge it now. It's what people are saying. It also seems like there are more air combo routes, right? There's a few times in this trailer where they show like air combos, and the characters don't seem, from what it seems like, to just fly away in the same kind of way where they just explode. The damage seems high still. Jump cancel combos in this game were not really that common. Like Soul does like whatever confirm 5 HRC close / jump H. You didn't really see that much before, right? It was just like you did bandit, bringer loops. It was just like, this is the combo. You do this ground combo. If you go up in the air, get fucked. No air combos. This is Guilty Gear. This is the ground game. So I'm hoping that there's stuff like jump H and double jump cancels and air dash combos and all that kind of other stuff again. A lot of people don't seem to know this. Do you guys know the date it comes out on Steam? It comes out the same day. It was literally announced when everything else was announced that it's coming out on the same day. A lot of people said there was no release date for the PC. I saw a lot of people not know that. It is the same date. There's just a few differences between the two. For one, the pre-order's not out yet on Steam. Second, Steam doesn't get the beta. The other thing is the Steam version does not get early access to the game. If you pay $80 to buy Guilty Gear, you can play in the beta and you can play the game 3 days early. And when you play the game 3 days early, you cannot play it online. I will tell you this right now. I don't give a shit about playing the game early. I'm going to play it when it's out for everybody else and I can play against other humans. For 3 days, you're going to sit in lab characters. Every combo you create or everything you find, people will figure out and copy within 2 minutes of the game coming out. You realize that, right? I don't really care to play it early on stream or anything, but making tutorials to teach people how to play would be nice, maybe. Although, to be honest with you, I probably don't even need to, because the things people struggle with will probably not be obvious until people play online. The other thing is, I plan to play it on PC. Even with crossplay, like, I can just play it on Steam and I'm perfectly fine. They said that they're working on it, but who knows? By the way, one thing that they've said, there's a tweet out there in case you guys haven't seen it, that says basically, hey, it's not the exact same netcode as Plus R. It's rollback like how Plus R is also rollback. So it's not the exact same model, which, I mean, it makes sense. One thing we don't know, and this is something that came up on Twitter, was he asked, can they choose how much delay or does it automatically enforce the delay? And he says, to be honest, I don't have access to the game and I'm not sure. My expectation is that you won't be able to choose. I would be surprised. I feel like they're going to do it where it's a set connection, but I'm not sure, honestly. When you let people choose, unless you're very clear, hey, this is how this works, average people will fuck it up. How many frames of lag do I want? 0. 0 is the lowest number. This guy's got 200 pings, 0 frames, and then they pick 0 frames, and they just explode. Why is he teleporting everywhere? Why does it look so bad? What's happening? I think it would be great if there's a defaulted set to you, and then you can choose to change it yourself. That would be really nice, too. There's also an online training feature, great for practicing together or asking for advice. Online training mode. Nice. If you can just like finish your match, click on them and click online training mode, that'd be really cool. Because like imagine you're playing and you're like, can I punish that if I like IB it, or like, you know, whatever your question is. You're like, oh, can I do this? And they're like, I don't know. And you're like, all right, let's just test it real quick. Yeah, it was in Xrd, but it's not in like a lot of other Ark games or games in general. Like online training mode is a great feature, in particular in like advanced games. Imagine like when you play Guilty Gear and some Zato player does some setup on you. All right, how do I get out of this setup? So you have to learn how to play Zato, and you're like, I gotta hold what button to do what now? And you have to like learn how to play the character and do some offense against yourself, and then try to figure out how to defend against it. And you're just like, this is difficult. It's really rough for characters that are either difficult to play or like hard to set up that very specific thing, or if it's DLC now and you can't play them. It's also really useful for teaching people. Like if your friends are new or they're like new to the game and you're like, how do I deal with this thing? You're like, okay, let's go to online training mode. When I jump at you like this is what you want to do. And you're like, yeah, perfect. Hit that button and then hit this button after. And you can just sit there and reset the situation and practice it over and over and over and over. The UI though, man, look at the UI difference. God, why are these fucking content creators talking about the UI? It's gonna change. It's placeholder, Sajam. This UI will never stick. You're a fucking moron for spending all this time talking about it. You just want YouTube clicks. You don't actually care about the UI. It's placeholder. It's gonna go away. They're gonna put in some rock and roll fucking UI. The UI looks fine. I mean, it looks pretty whack, but I can accept it. If the game is fun, I don't care that much. I'll get over it. Why no one talks shit about Tekken or Street Fighter UI? I'm going to break it down for you. The Street Fighter UI is very ugly. The all gold looks gross. And Tekken loading and get ready for the next battle. That shit sucks. It's bad. Street Fighter's Online is bad. And the animations for the game, whack. The way that he doesn't even like to smile, whack. Bro, like what the fuck are you talking about? Saying, hey, that game looks ugly doesn't mean that your game looks like great all of a sudden. It's not like it patches everything up and you're like, fantastic. I don't understand it. People really think that like myself or other people don't talk shit about all the games we play. Like, are you fucking new in town? Everybody talks shit about the games they play. Who else is going to talk shit about it? The people who don't play their games? Sure, but they'll get over it faster. If you ask someone who hates Strive, I think the game looks fantastic, and I've said too many nice things about it. If you ask somebody who loves Strive, I'm a hating ass bigot who doesn't even like Guilty Gear. It just depends on who you ask. I'm very excited for it, but the difference between me and apparently normal humans is I can also say that the game looks ugly in some ways or has some issues. You don't think I'm gonna play the game the day it comes out? Dude, all I play lately for fighting games is Guilty Gear. It's all I play. Of course I'm excited for this game. Constructive criticism and netcode positivity. The reason you have to be positive about the Street Fighter netcode is if you're not positive about it, they won't let you commentate CPT in 2020. Listen, I'm sick of this. They're not about to make King Kong beat Godzilla. They had to shrink Godzilla. They had to give King Kong fucking Stormbringer. How does that make any sense? Look at Godzilla, 9,000 feet taller. I'm sure to win because my intelligence is superior. Godzilla's not even dumb. He's dexterous. Who says Godzilla's not dexterous? Godzilla can play basketball. That's true. He dunks, doesn't he? That motherfucker's moving.